Hey everybody, JDubbs here, sitting in the Bears Broz studio. Oh yeah, hey Will, Big Will, come on in, please. Something I've never had to do. Hey, Big Will, take a seat, bud. How you doing today?
Good.
Man, you've been putting in a lot of work lately. You've been doing a really good job. Really proud of you. Really glad that we discovered you. But I'm going to need you to do. Yeah, no. Finding you was like a diamond in the rough. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor.
What's that?
You're lacking on just a few things. I want to send you down to AA podcasting. Just hone your skills just for about a month. We believe in you. We've invested a lot of money and time. Just a few things. We just want you to hone your skills on. There's a great guy down there. He'll help you with it. In a month, you come on back and you'll take the show to the next new level.
But I mean, I could do this. Let me give it another try. Give me another chance. All right. I am Big Will.
I am JDubbs.
And we are the Bears Broz Podcast.
Pretty good lead in. What do you think about that?
I think so. I like it.
So
it works.
Do you think that our listeners have any idea what we're going to lead into?
Not one bit. All right. So, they might if they were watching the last episode.
And if they were, we gave us
that is true. No. So on the last episode, we mentioned at the end that today's episode is going to be whether or not the NFL should have a minor league system. Yeah. In honor of the 4th of July, I have our special edition Bears Bro 4th of July patriotic. Scott on the back. I don't know if you can see it. God bless the USA. Love it.
And I just took the shirt out of my dresser drawer, so
yes. There's, again, even though another link has been put out there in the world.
Time out. This is why you're being sent down to the minors. What did you forget?
I haven't gotten that far.
What did you forget? It's 2 minutes into the show. Don't worry. We're sending you somewhere where it's a little less warmer.
See, I figured, you dropped that bomb on me. Or can I say that?
Yeah, I can't say anything more about John Morant. He got traded. So there goes my pot.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't even talk about Boston Celtics. I'm pissed. First, fuck off.
Dude.
I am so pissed about that trade.
By the way, the new cup?
Uh-huh.
Our new venture we're working on, the WNW designs.
Understand why he's being sent down to the minors?
I'll prove it. There's the logo. And so, yeah.
So pour your drink. Which one did you get this today?
I got the, it's just the zero sugar one.
You're going to pee the bed later.
Well, I had a feeling that I was being sent down, because I heard some chirping from HR. So I went and got the white one to throw in the towel.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Color. We should talk about, I cannot believe you just said the white one. What the, oh my.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm drinking today. So, all right.
So, yes.
So, no, actually, you had proposed a really good topic.
Thanks to my wife. Got to show her.
Holly White, you deserve all the credit. She's going to smack you next time she sees me. I call her out a lot on the show. I think I can take her in the 5th round. No. So you and Holly had an idea, a good topic about should the NFL have some sort of a minor league?
Well, she suggested that. My idea was that the NFL offseason takes way too long. And the NBA, during their playoffs, they had their combine, and then they had their draft like 2 weeks after the finals was over. Should the NFL adopt somewhat of a similar system? Because Super Bowl in February, draft not until April.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got all the mock drafts. This guy's going here, this guy's going there. And Shedeur Sanders ends up in the 5th round when he was supposed to be the 2nd overall pick.
So yeah, obviously I call you the stat guy. There's how many players are drafted every year? Outright drafted.
I believe 262 is the number for Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay. So 262. Yeah. And I mean, not everybody's guaranteed, right? I mean, Mr. Irrelevant doesn't always make the team. I'm saying. So, but then after that becomes the unrestricted, undrafted, yep, stat guy.
UDFA.
I beat you to it. So So what? Chicago signed what? 3 or 4? I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So let's just do basic math. Let's say each team. How many teams are there? There's 30.
There's 32.
So another 150 UDFA, right?
Mhm.
So that's 261. So let's just say 400 people. 400.
And that's just before free agency.
I'm just talking free agents, right? No, but I'm just talking
Yeah.
per team, right? So if somebody's not on the team, so let's just say round number 400. Every year, 400 gentlemen are drafted and or signed. They all don't make a team,
Correct.
but one of our favorite players, Ian Wheeler,
Mhm.
right, former Bear, broke his leg on Hard Knocks, but he just won a championship.
Tore his ACL.
Or tore his ACL, but just won a championship for
For the Louisville somethings in the UFL, which
But baseball has A, double A, triple A. Basketball has
the G League.
okay, so one. So why not have a NFL minor league system? Why not?
If not a minor league system, at least a developmental league.
Yeah.
Because while thinking about this episode, I was thinking of a player that the Bears had, and besides Ian Wheeler, that did not do as well and could have used help from a system like this instead of us just cutting them, send them on their way. And that was Bayless Jones Jr. Because he had the potential because, his return game was great, even though he couldn't hold on to the ball. But if unfortunately, Matt Eberflus could say to him, hey, we're going to send you down to the minors to get a little fine tuning. Why is that a bad thing? And instead of putting him on the practice squad, and then have to worry about, is this team going to steal our practice squad player?
Isn't that what happened? Forgive me how I say this. He was a white quarterback. And remember, we were watching Hard Knocks, and Minnesota Vikings picked him up.
Yes.
I hate to say, I'm just not good with names. Right? We were watching Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And
he was a journeyman, and
he was poached off of our. Okay, yes. Right.
We put him on the practice squad, and before he even got to the airport, he had gotten a call that the Vikings wanted him.
How many people are on a practice squad? Do you know offhand? Just
that I do not know.
So obviously, it can't be 4 people on a practice squad because you need somebody to run a quarterback run. You need people.
Yeah. So at least one at each position.
So out of 400, what would you say? 150 make rosters? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. And then if there's an injury, you hear, oh, this guy got elevated from the practice squad.
Yeah. So here's a thought. Let's just say out of the 400, 150 don't make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, obviously, that gets drafted and or plays college ball has admirations and dreams of going to the NFL.
Which basically is what the UFL has become.
So let's just say, here's my thought. 150 people, right? Divided by 32, whatever. I don't know the math. Let's just say, right?
Subject.
Yeah. Whatever. So let's say you take 11 people, or you get them, and you just form practice games, right? Let's just say I don't Mr. Areva, whoever the hell it was, he didn't make the team, right? But let's say he's a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So now you get 11 for the NFC North A team, and then you get a team for this team or in this, and you let them play to practice, because we all know that there's 7,000 coaches per team, right? I mean,
yes.
You got this scout, you got a general scout, you got an intern scout,
mm-hmm.
You got the scout from Nova Scotia. I'm just saying, if you tried out, right, let's say you went into the NFL draft and you made it through the combine and you got drafted, but let's say you got cut, but you still had dreams. What if you were able to, 4 days a week or whatever, practice football, and because everybody's looking, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Everybody's always looking for.
You're always hearing about somebody being brought in for a tryout. And another example is that Austin Reed kid, who was our fourth.
Austin Reed,
who was our fourth.
With Ian, wasn't he part of the championship with Ian Wheeler?
I don't remember if he was, but he was in the playoffs.
Okay.
Because he had that one game where he threw like over 500 yards
Yeah.
in the first couple of games of the season. And everybody was saying, well, our so-called Bears fans we had this guy, what the hell was Ryan Poles thinking, and so on and so forth, because that also is why I say this, because like I said about the practice squad, why would you want to worry about, is this guy going to be taken from our practice squad when you can send him to the minors and get him better? Plus also another idea about it of why it's beneficial. You want to become a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
What better way to know if this guy's a head coach, or we lose our offensive coordinator to Baltimore? You could say, oh, well, we got an offensive-minded coach in the minors that we can just call him up to become our offensive coordinator, or our quarterback coach gets promoted to offensive coordinator. Well, we need to replace our quarterbacks coach. Why not get him from our minor league system? And a player that wants to become a coach, have him coach one of your minor league squads.
That is absolutely impressive. I did not think about that. And you're right. How many people are trying to be coaches? I know you might start off as what? Special teams, or whoever knows. But let's just say, I don't know, has Matt Nagy got a job? I'm just using
he's the offensive coordinator for the Giants, which made no sense, but yeah.
Sorry, Bailey. Sorry, Angel. Okay, so let's just say Matt Nagy, former head coach, offensive coordinator, a couple Super Bowl rings, right? Obviously, he was a shit coach because he had an ego, but whatever, that's just my opinion. You're right. What happens if Matt Nagy was out of a job? Okay, and
Matt Eberflus also have the job.
That's what I was going to say.
Perfect.
So watch this. So Matt Eberflus, we're going to send you down with some other coaches that have made it. Mike Tomlin. Let's just use Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is helping these coaches say, "Hey, listen, this is what made me successful." And they learn under Mike Tomlin. I don't even know if it's going to happen. And then they go out there and they take the cast off. Let's just be honest, what they are. They're going to be called cast off with players that nobody wanted. Okay, so you're going to learn from Mike Tomlin, a Hall of Fame coach, Super Bowl champion. He's going to say, if you just do this, and they prove themselves with a bunch of, like you said, take this team, show us what you got. That can go for defensive coordinators, special teams,
or any player that decides to retire, like the Josh McCown, how he retired and everybody went into an uproar because the Houston Texans almost gave him a job. But if he worked for Houston or any team's minor league squad and shows, hey, he's one hell of a coach.
Yeah.
And so why is it a far-fetched idea to give him an interview and see what he's got?
I mean, so think about it. There's also money involved. I know Patrick Mahomes make what, $50 million a game. I get that,
especially since he just changed his contract.
Right. So let's just say Bud Smith. He's a quarterback. He was a 6th round.
I remember him from Kenosha State.
Fuck that accent. Okay, so let's just say Bud Smith. He has potential. He had dreams, admiration. He goes down in the minors, right? And he just balls out, and he learns. Now, you need to pay him. Now, I'm not saying obviously pay him millions of dollars.
A minor league contract, just like they do in baseball.
Right. And how much is a minor league baseball contract? Do you know?
Not really, but one of the benefits of a minor league contract is the person's still part of the overall organization, but there a lot of times, how many times do you see a trade where they trade a prospect? Well, how do you know this guy is worth getting if you can't see him play football?
Exactly. And what better way to take 11 of these guys who didn't make it against this team? I'm sorry, this team of people who didn't make it against this team, and say, here's 4 quarters. I don't know, pay them. I mean, because if they get injured, whatever. I'd say pay them 50, 60,000. I don't know, whatever. There's so much money in the NFL. But how many? So
that's an understatement.
Listen, so if there was an NFL minor league game, I don't know, somewhere around Buffalo or Rochester, around our area, Syracuse, and would you want to go?
That was another point that I wanted to make. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, can you afford tickets to a Mets game?
Yes, but no.
But can you afford tickets to a Syracuse Mets game?
Yeah.
You can. You decide one day, hey, let's go catch a game. $40 for a ticket, sit in the bleachers and see the future of your organization.
Right.
I'm used to using the Mets, even though we're Yankee fans, where the Syracuse Mets are. I grew up in Syracuse. Syracuse Chiefs were the future of the Blue Jays. Then they were the future of the Nationals for a minute, and now they're the future of the Mets. And you want to say, hey, and then you learn about the future of your team. I'm going to keep an eye on that guy because, the Bears could use a middle linebacker eventually if TJ Edwards gets hurt again.
Right.
And Noah Sewell's not ready to come back. Well, then they got to scramble to try to find let's bring this guy in. Let's bring this guy in. How about we call up a guy from our minor league team in, hypothetically, if the new stadium doesn't happen in Hammond. Hey, Hammond, we'll throw you a minor league squad and build you a minor league team. The Hammond Bears. Everybody wants to call them that. Why not?
And you could do you would have to do a 10-game schedule. No, hear me out. 10 game, but you'd have to make it later in the season. So, if you just played from, say, August to October, there's no bad weather. So you have to see how people.
Yeah.
They think that this could be. Why not? We're going over to what? England. We're going over. Where does the Jacksonville Jaguars go every year?
London. They're basically London's unofficial football team because their owner, Shad Khan, I believe, owns like a soccer team over there, whatever.
So if we fly everybody and all the equipment and this and I don't know, let's just say $1 million over there, right? So that's $1 million that you're flying overseas for a fan base. But what if there was just, this Bud Smith, he didn't make it right to the NFL. He went down to the minors and maybe 2-3 years, got his chance, went on to have a stellar career. That's something that somebody could look up to, a young individual. Hey, I watched this guy. He didn't make it to the NFL. He went to the minors. He worked his ass off. He got his chance. He made the most of it.
Absolutely.
Because if you take people like Antonio Brown, I'm just throwing out names. I can continue to just go on and on about people who just piss away their careers. You're cutting an individual because he wasn't, say, the fastest or the strongest But if
or you just didn't have room for them because, like, look at our tight ends. We've been declared the best tight end group in the NFL. We have 3 tight ends. What if the 4th guy is good enough to make the roster, but you don't have a spot for him because you need a spot for your 3rd quarterback, or you need it because you don't have an RB1 and you want to know who to bring in.
You could just make it like a farm system, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be a great way because if there was a minor league NFL game up in Syracuse, Rochester, and the tickets were affordable to where you could actually enjoy stadium food,
straight up.
If I could go watch a football game for $100, fuck yeah.
As long as they're not associated with the Green Bay Packers, I'm there. No, because like I said, I had no problem.
I disagree. You love football. Well, I know it's wrestling football, but I think you love football so much. Even if there was a Green Bay Packer farm system playing against the Tennessee Titans.
No. What I mean is, if the team was their minor league team, like I said, I'm from Syracuse. I have no problem with the Toronto Blue Jays organization, but if the team in Syracuse was the Boston Red Sox team, I don't know if I would enjoy it as much. I might go to see them play the Yankees farm team, but I'm not going there to root for the team. I'm just going because they're playing the Rail Riders. It's the weirdest
I would see even if it was a Packer, I would go no matter because I love football and I think sometimes the best players that you find are the people in the minors.
They call them hidden gems for a reason.
Yep. I mean, who was it? Hold on, I'm having a brain fart. He went back down to the minors, came back up, and had a stellar career. I can't think. Believe it or not, Derek Jeter. Call me out if I'm wrong. Did get sent down to the minors a little bit, and I think he had a pretty good career. So, 5 championships,
Hall of Fame, 3,000 hits.
His last hit of ever was a walk-off win, ever. So,
captain.
I mean, every time I watch a Yankee show or a documentary about him, he still has the famous now betting number 2. He kept that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So the great Derek Jeter got sent down to the minors. I can even take it one step farther. Michael Jordan got cut by his high school basketball team. Have you ever heard of Michael Jordan? I think it was pretty good. Yeah, okay. And if Michael Jordan got cut by his high school basketball team.
Can you imagine being that head coach, knowing for history, hey, I cut Michael Jordan.
And what else did you do?
Nothing. It's like the sick beetle. Nobody knows who you are.
But I'm just saying, so like if a person got sent down to the minors and why not, 10, 12 game schedule, who cares? I mean, not only is that extra visualization for NFL fans, it's for scouts, it's for family, it's for friends, it's for anybody. I don't know if the UFL or the XFL.
That's where this came from. Of my side of it is because I said, why not hold the draft sooner and partner with the UFL? Because if you took rookies to, let's say, third-year players or somebody coming back from an injury, and you had them play a couple of games with the UFL, then by the time training camp comes here, your coach this is what this kid needs to work on. And so you're not wasting training camp. You're not wasting preseason games of saying, well, this guy's on the bubble. We'll know before training camp and preseason gets there should we even waste our time on this guy and bring somebody else in that actually has a shot to make the squad?
And as well as I do coming out of college, I mean, I would never make the NFL. I know. But you could say Ryan Leaf was a bust. You could say Marcus Ross. Hey, see, that's what it's about. And there was
even though I personally think his religious beliefs were why he didn't get the shot.
But there was a running back. I think he got drafted by the Indianapolis Colts. I think his name was Trent Richardson. Is that a running back?
It was. I've heard of him.
No. Is it?
Yeah.
And then he
from Alabama, I believe he was either won the Heisman or was a finalist.
And he was like the 2nd or 3rd overall pick. Mm-hmm. He went to Indianapolis. He did not live up to the hype. He got traded to Cleveland, and he had 2 good games because I know that because my good friend Jason Wall drafted him, and he ran the shit up against me in fantasy. But then he was like out of the league in like 5 years.
Yeah, Anthony
Richardson. Mm-hmm. So right, Anthony Richardson?
Yes. I'm trying to remember. Are you talking about the running back or are you talking about the quarterback?
So right now I'm talking about the running back.
Trent Richardson. Yes.
And so now,
ironically, the same last name.
So now he was out of the league. But yet, what about just say, I don't know, I'll just use the name, Bud Smith, who put in more work, more effort, more desire, and he never got a look because he wasn't a big name. So
wasn't a high draft pick.
So if who was from North Dakota State? He was a quarterback.
Oh, Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
the original Josh Allen.
Started off pretty good in his career, but he got injured.
Yep, and it was never the same. And that's another thing about why this would make sense. How many times have you heard a player that has major league experience wants to get back into the league and they sign a minor league contract with a ball club, and then they work their way up to the main squad? Why couldn't that happen with an NFL player? I'm trying to think of somebody that an injury derailed and stepped away and wanted to make a comeback.
Alex Smith. There you go.
And if Alex Smith decides, I mean, yeah, he got his shot with the Commanders, but not everybody that happens with. And perfect example with us being Bears fans, Johnny Knox.
Oh, Johnny Knox, yeah.
Was great player, had a horrific injury, never seen again. And if he decides, hey, my leg is better, I want to get a shot at a squad, signs a minor league contract with the Bears, and then he could be evaluated of should he be our RB4 or 5 to come off the bench.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you give him the opportunity to do that? There's so many examples of a player that had the potential. Either the team he got drafted by didn't have a spot for him, or an injury slowed down the chances to move on.
You know, if any baseball fans or, correct me if I'm wrong, I would just like to go back to the 1995 New York Yankees. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who came up from the minor league system? Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, there's a lot of examples. There's one person that came to mind, but I just don't remember when he came up.
Okay, I'm going to throw out some names for you, okay? Derek Jeter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, he was the number 1 overall draft pick by the Yankees, but he spent a little time down in Scranton, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Is that A or double A? It don't matter.
Scranton's or triple A.
Okay. Is triple A higher or I don't is it?
It's one step below the big ball club.
Oh man, I sent you down to double A. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Anyways, okay. All right. So, who followed him? Andy Pettit, Jorge Rivera, the greatest closer of all time.
Oh, I thought it was like Jorge Rivera. I think those are two different people. No, okay.
And he claims to be a Yankee fan. Okay.
No.
Andy Pettit, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera.
That's a setup guy.
Right now, behind who?
John Wetland. John Wetland, the MVP of the first World Series.
Yep. Sorry, we're just a little. Yeah. But okay, so my point is, they knew what they had in talent, but they got set down, or maybe that's just where they started. Like they should, they proved themselves, and that is what I wanted to say about the NFL minor league system. Why not? Why not?
There's a lot of guys that are high draft picks. One example I'm going to use of a guy who was a number 1 draft pick for the Chicago Bears that did not pan out. Shea McClellan.
God!
Shea McClellan.
You jackass!
Which I don't think he would be on the team if Aaron Donald hadn't got picked 1 pick sooner.
Do you remember we were watching the draft and you had texted me, you're like, did I miss a memo?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
who the fuck is Shea McClellan?
I stole a line from one of my favorite movies, Major League. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
I got an even better example. Kevin White. I was so excited when we drafted Kevin White. I'm going to have my last name on the back of a jersey. And then Kevin White.
The only reason why you were excited?
Well, obviously, because he was supposed to be our next big-time wide receiver. And I think Alshon Jeffrey showed, hey.
Second round pick.
Yeah.
Second round pick, yep.
Yeah, but Kevin White, number 11, I was like, I'm going to get the jersey. And
Shane McClellan, I cannot believe you said that. Wow.
I mean, look at Mitch. If he had a chance to go down to the minor leagues and show that he's a starter, look how many teams really need a starter. Arizona.
Miami.
Well,
no.
We don't know about what League Will is. There's questions in New Orleans of it, even though my buddy Chuck thinks Tyler Shuck is the next, Drew Brees. The Jets. How bad you got to feel for them? Did you hear the thing about Geno? Supposedly, Geno may have gotten himself in trouble. He may not be able to play. It's a whole Jets thing. Like the guy has a chance to come back, and then, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I honestly think, and I don't know NFL. I know you're going to tag a bunch. NFL, Roger Goodell, listen to the minor league system.
You keep pushing for extra games, less preseason. Here's a way, one, to make more money for the league.
Damn, you go, take it.
You keep pushing. You charge people an obscene amount of money for regular season games, which explain to me why. You guys are billionaires. You get $1 billion TV contracts. Give you another reason to milk money to put games on TV. I'd watch it on TV if I couldn't make it there, because, like I said, we're from New York. Our team is in Illinois for now, and wherever they go, if they put a minor league team and I had access to watch it, I'd watch it.
If I can't drive out,
as long as it's close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about how many teams have minor league teams, in Las Vegas, and they play on the East Coast.
And there's a minor league team right in Rochester.
The Red Wings. Yes,
it's hockey. No, you're right. That's baseball.
The Rochester is the Americans for.
You're right, and just Roger Goodell in the NFL. We'll just take like 1% of everything,
or at least tickets we can afford.
Shut up. Fuck tickets. 1%. 1% of
a finder's fee
of $100 million. Please, Jeff Welch, 461 Long Point Road. No, he just wants tickets. Fuck him. So, no, I think that's a good idea. Is it, you and Holly White? Yep. Good job.
Yes, this was a great suggestion for hers, because I mentioned, like I said, that the draft should happen sooner. Have used the UFL to test your players that are on the fringe, or you just want to know if the guy's good enough.
Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, and she said, "Well, what if they had a minor league system?" And they're now here. So
isn't there after the NBA has their draft? Isn't there like games?
Yeah, they have the summer league. That's why I suggested using the UFL, because they play this time of year,
right?
And they end before training camp. Matter of fact, I think they ended before OTA started.
I think you're right.
So you're already knowing this guy's got some game time experience under his belt. You have a coach that sees what he can do. Plus, Hines Ward wanted to be a head coach. He started out in the UFL. Hines Ward, is he in the Hall of Fame yet? I'm not sure. He should be. He's not.
Great.
No, and Brian Urlacher talked about he wanted to get into coaching. Peanut Tillman could go down to the minors, teach everybody the future of the NFL, how to do the peanut punch.
I mean, he legitimately and literally has a football move named after him.
Absolutely. There's not many people you can say that about. So, all right. I think we got that fully covered.
I think we did. I think that's pretty cool. I did pretty good lead. Mm-hmm. But I am sorry that I sent you down to AA. I apologize.
I appreciate that.
But you know what? There's free food.
Did I make it? Did I at least get called up to AAA?
No.
Oh, shit. All right. So here comes the uncomfortable part of the episode. Let me ask you a question. We're going to ask for those in the back as well. Name one of the top white players for the Bears.
Colson Loveland.
Colson Loveland. Becoming a star.
I had to say that because that's your man crush.
Yeah. Our general manager is a black guy, African American, whichever word you want to use. Hopefully this conversation does not lose us, people, because I just don't give a shit. If you're going to have an issue with what I say, keep on moving. But the reason why I'm asking this is, if Colston Loveland went on social media and because he wants not to play for the Bears anymore, he wants to go play for wherever JJ McCarthy is, because that's his quarterback. And he says, Ryan Poles came to my house. He didn't call. He didn't ask. And how can this black man just show up to my house unannounced? I had to call my wife, tell her not to show up. What would happen to Colston Loveland?
Well, first of all, Colston Loveland would not be able to leave his house. He would not be able to go to the Bears practice facility or anything. And he would be so ostracized on social media, and it would be deemed racist because he said Ryan Poles is a black man.
And how dare this black man just show up to my house? Let me bring you all up to speed. Do you know who Brandon Ayuk is, right?
I know who Brandon Ayuk is.
So Brandon Ayuk currently is a member of the San Francisco 49ers. Currently. He does not want to be a San Francisco 49er. And he keeps posting things on social media, basically goading the Niners to cut him because he wants to go play with his former college quarterback with the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels. And he had the nerve to post something saying that John Lynch went to his house to try to smooth things over or whatever. And he said, how dare this white man? First he said this man and then kept going. How dare this white man just show up to my house unannounced? And I had to call my wife on the phone and tell her, this white man is outside our house. Nobody said anything about it. And then what did I send you today?
Oh, yeah. Who is the host? I forget. Tell me his name.
Emmanuel Acho.
Right. It was about the legendary Stephen A. Smith. He is legendary. Everybody knows who he is. Just popping off at the mouth about the three starting white players for the Los Angeles Lakers.
As a matter of fact, actually, with LeBron leaving, it looks like all 5 of their starting roster is going to be white basketball players.
When I watched it, the first thing that caught my mind or my attention was, why you guys say white? What difference does it matter if the starting 5 is black or Korean or who else? Or I said Korean, but or Chinese. What does it matter?
Not one bit. It shouldn't. That's the problem. Because how long have you known me? And what is the most uncomfortable conversation I hate talking about when it comes to the world of sports?
Racism.
Absolutely. I mean, it exists. No, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Race is talked about in sports. Doug Williams, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Tony Dungy makes it to the Super Bowl and wins. He's not just a Super Bowl winning coach. He's the first black man to win the Super Bowl. It's all part of society. But Christian McCaffrey couldn't do that. Lad McConkey, TJ Watt, borderline Hall of Famer. JJ Watt, Hall of Famer, just hasn't been inducted yet. But the fact of the matter is, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time, could not say, how dare this black man come to my house and get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. Now, obviously, let's be honest. The reason why it would be instantly scrutinized is because for history, the way African Americans, black, was treated, and that is how it is instantly brought up. But on the flip side of that, no African American should refer. Nobody should refer to somebody as color. That is so stupid. I don't refer to Will as, hey, this is my half white, half black, one of my closest friends. No, this is just my buddy Will. This is my friend Will. I have a problem when you have to bring color or sex into it. But yet the same people get mad when they are noticed because of their color or their sexual orientation. So it's so stupid to say color. To me, color has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, if you want to make an ass of yourself to get the team to cut you, fine. If you wanted to say, how dare this man show up to my house? Not even bat an eye about it, because it's an actual honest point of, if you have, how many times you have somebody show up to your house unannounced and you're wondering, what the hell is this person doing here? But the fact of the matter is he had to bring color into something that didn't need to be brought up. And it frustrates me as a person of color. Yes, I am half white, I am half black. Doesn't matter. I'm a person of color. You look at me, unless you know my backstory, you're going to think I'm black. Just straight up. And if I could say something to him, and people are going to give me a leeway that he couldn't say in reverse.
Yeah.
And it really, really frustrated me because, like I said, I hate talking about race when it comes to sports because it's used too much. This guy didn't get hired because, who got fired during the offseason? And I'm trying to think of, Mike Tomlin retires, or if Aaron Glenn had gotten fired, everybody would then all highlight, well, Aaron Glenn got fired. Now there's only this number of black head coaches. But yet, Dave Canellis is Hispanic. Mike McDaniels was biracial. Robert Saleh is an Arab gentleman. Muslim. Yeah. And he got hired. The year that I forget who got fired, and they talked about, well, there no black coaches are getting a chance with the Rooney Rule. The first person hired during that coaching cycle was Ron Rivera. Doesn't count because he's not black. Why does that have to be? And we talked about what we were going to talk about today, and I said that I really wanted to discuss this because it pissed me off of the fact that you want to act like an ass to get your team to cut you. Don't go that route.
I also think, I saw a quote from Morgan Freeman. How do we stop racism? Quit talking about it. Yeah. Everything is about color or money or this or that. Like I said, I don't refer to Will as black or white or whatever. I don't really care. He could be purple. I don't give a shit. My friend Will. I mean, I think once you put color into it, it's so stupid that because and then that just comes back to be no matter what happens. Like you and I can make jokes, right? We make jokes on camera. We make jokes on camera. But the wrong person could say, "Wait a minute, that was really racist." But like, it's not. Like I don't go up to anybody that like any black, Chinese. I'm trying to say it right.
Hispanic, Asian.
I don't go up to anybody and just make it. Let's just be
read the room.
Let's just be honest. You and I make jokes. My good friend Justin Daly, he and I make jokes. Is it crossing the line between us? No.
But if you knew that subject bothered him, I know you well enough that it would never happen.
Never happen. And now, do a group of black people make jokes about white people? I grew up on Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. Get the fuck out of here.
Chris Rock. His whole basically routine is about making fun of white people.
So I laugh, not taking it personally, and I'm not saying that somebody takes it personally that's wrong. That's how they feel. I'm just saying I laugh my ass off. I laugh my ass off at I know he passed away. Ralphie May.
Oh my gosh. That dude was so good.
I laugh at the jokes that he makes. I mean, but so when white people are together, do they make jokes? They do. Could it be offensive? It could be. But we all make jokes. But when you use it as a way,
as a crutch,
or as a way to get a point across, that's stupid.
And it was like Emmanuel Acho said, if you go check it out, it wasn't a statement that needed to be made because, like he said, if it was in reverse and Skip Bayless had said that the Celtics aren't going to succeed now because their whole starting five is all black.
Yeah.
You don't have because usually in the past, your 3-point shooters were white. until Ray Allen and then Steph Curry came along. Reggie Miller.
Bernard King.
Was he?
He was pretty good, wasn't he?
No, I'm not talking about being good. I'm talking about when you're known specifically for shooting three-pointers.
Oh, yeah.
There was Mark Price. There was John Paxton, Steve Kerr, Larry, the greatest.
My guy.
And you turn around and say, well, now that the Celtics have all black guys, they're not going to succeed. Be freaking shredded. He would, if not fired, he would at least be suspended, and then he would have to make a public apology saying that I'm sorry I said this and stuff like that. And
I watched what you sent and I listened to it. Why though? What made him want to say that from somebody as respected in the world like Stephen A. Smith? I mean, he uses words that I have no idea what the hell he uses. But why would you sit there and say
egregious?
I mean, that just sounds like a.
It was low-hanging fruit because he's got until Jaylen Brown got traded, there was nothing else for him to talk about because LeBron James hasn't signed anywhere, so he can't go around bashing LeBron James because their whole spat. Because there are certain people in the media that need to create content
clickbait
for that. And in all honesty, thank you, Emmanuel Acho, because I didn't even know that happened until I saw the clip of him talking about it. And I'm not high profile, so the fact that a person of color called him out on it was awesome because you don't usually say that. You're not going to see Rich Eisen calling out, like I said, Skip Bayless if he made the comment in reverse. You're not going to hear it. They're going to try to skirt over it, and it shouldn't be. It's starting to give me the hives because I hate talking about sports. Race in sports because it should be what happens on the field, what happens on the court, what happens on the diamond, not this guy is criticized because in the 12th grade he made a comment about one of his teammates and he happened to bring up colors, so let's cut him from a team 10 years later.
I think too many people want to be, I mean, I guess you can give respect to him because he said it on air where millions and millions of people. It was dumb. It was stupid. I just can't believe that somebody. The problem that I'm having is one because you had to bring up color and you had to say what are the Lakers thinking by starting three white people, but you don't own the Lakers. I think Jeannie Buss still does.
I mean, one of them is Luka Doncic, who was in the MVP conversation until he got hurt.
Yeah. So. I don't understand why you would want to do that, ruin your reputation. He's had run-in before, but I just want to say this one more time. You see how we introduce, right? He's like, I'm Big Will, I'm JDubbs, So I mean, think about if I said, hey, I'm White Jeff, and this is half black, half white Will. It just sounds so stupid to point out. Can I use the word obvious?
Yeah.
Okay, right? That's the obvious. So, so if somebody is gay, but and I have nothing, I don't care. Transgender, I don't care. But if I don't point it out, it's because I don't care. But don't get mad because I didn't point it out. And you should not have to point out the fact that the color of somebody's skin because they're never going to say, LeBron James is a great black basketball player.
Greatest black basketball player of all time. No, he's arguably one of the
top 10. Easily.
That's a whole nother ball.
Okay, I'll even give you credit because I just don't like Supermax teams. He's definitely in the top 5. You cannot deny what he has done. But anyways, go ahead.
So, but Michael Jordan. Nobody talks about his color when you talk about his greatness. Just like Larry Bird, nobody talks about his color because of how great of a player he was, because it's not necessary. So, Thank you for having this discussion with me, because I messaged him immediately after I saw that. I'm like, we got to talk about it, because yes, Brandon Ayuk is an NFL player, and if you want off the team, fine, that's your prerogative.
What Antonio Brown did,
but he wants to get paid, and he wants to get cut so he can go where he wants to go. In all honesty, if I was the 49ers, I'd trade him to the Jets. I would trade him to the worst possible situation available, to a team. Hell no, I'm not cutting you. I'm gonna trade you to the Dolphins for a 2-piece and a biscuit, because I'm not sending you to where you want to go. You know what I mean? It's because it shouldn't be that way. That's why contract disputes and the whole 9 yards.
Quick question. Just to reiterate what you have been saying so many times on this show. I know you said Skip Bayless, right?
Because to me, he's the most high profile when it comes to sports media, other than Rich Eisen or Pat McAfee.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Thank you. I knew you'd say that's why. Pat McAfee.
Yes.
Everybody knows Pat McAfee, right?
Oh, in the sports world, yes.
Yeah, any WWE?
Yes.
Yeah. So what if he came out and referred to anybody as a black person, or a Oriental, or a Mexican, or
no matter,
or some sort of a Latino, or if he referred to a woman, I'm just taking a step farther, as a yeah, I mean, no, but I think most women these days would probably laugh at something like that from him. But what if he just said,
I'll see you next Tuesday?
Yeah, because I hate that word, but you get my point. So what if world-known Pat McAfee, he would be off the show, he would be ostracized, he would be kicked off ESPN and everything. So why is there nothing going on with Stephen A. Smith? That's my question.
Well, I think Stephen A. Smith practically owns ESPN, so nothing's going to happen to him. And he has the attitude that he can do and say whatever the hell he wants, because, I mean, I just call it as it is. There was an incident where they were talking about the WNBA, and a WNBA female analyst called them out for not highlighting women's basketball, and he tried to turn it into, I've created this person's career, I've created this person's career, I've created this person's career, and that gives me the right to say whatever the hell I want.
I don't know. I did just too many times. Professional athletes. I mean, because we all know outside of the sports world. I mean, it's the sports world, and it's also the same out. Everybody just sometimes they just take it too far, and I don't know if he truly meant it, or if he was truly offended that there was 3 starting white people for the Los Angeles Lakers. First of all, this is my opinion. I was never good enough at sports. Trust me, I sucked at sports. Although I did have 4.5 sacks in one game. Oh, shut up! I also had 3 forced fumbles that led to 2 touchdowns. And I also had 3 quarterback hurries.
And then
I will go get the fucking tape right now. I fucking have it.
I was going to say,
and it stopped.
Did you turn off Madden afterwards?
That's exactly right. No, anyways, if you're good enough to make the NBA, MLB, NFL, you deserve to be there. What's that?
Austin Reeves just got a huge contract,
right?
So obviously,
so don't belittle or put down somebody because they're color. If they got that, if they're in the NBA, they're in the NBA
for a reason.
Give them, just before, I don't know who the player was, but he was from the Baltimore Ravens. They just scored a touchdown. He was an offensive lineman. He was running off with Myles Garrett. If you haven't seen the clip, I'll find it. And he says, "Hey man, after the game, listen, I'm a nobody. Can I get that jersey?" You know what Myles Garrett said to him? He goes, "Dude, you're in the NFL. You're winning games."
I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
He goes, "I got you." He said, basically, he said, "Don't put yourself down.
Yeah, don't dim your own." I say all the time, don't dim your shine, because I mean, people are going to try to do that anyway. Don't let them.
Yep. So that's all. That's just my take on it. I hate when somebody has to refer to somebody as the first openly gay person.
For what?
Or the first woman, blah blah, or the first black, or they're a human being, and for having to point out the obvious, I think that discredits the person.
Absolutely. And then anything they do for the rest of their career, whether good or bad, that is going to be the first thing you bring up. Because, Michael Sams, there was the whole big giant thing about him.
That's why he never made the NFL, because he was gay. That's bullshit. He dominated the SWAC.
I don't even remember what team he played for in college. It's just that became a whole big giant thing. And so it wasn't necessary of.
But he did get drafted by the Rams. Jeff Fisher did draft him.
Yes.
But he dropped because he was
the 7th round. And it was the first time they ever did the jersey thing for a guy being drafted that far down that wasn't Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
Because you made him a spectacle when he didn't need to be.
Yeah. And so, but you know what? This one last thing I'm going to say about this whole color thing. I mean, we could go the next 24 hours talking about it. Best 3-point shooter of all time, Steph Curry, right? Hands down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Guy is deadly. The guy could fucking probably shoot from under the basket and still make it. You don't hear anybody saying he's the best black 3-point shooter ever. How come?
He's also mixed, but you get the point. Yeah.
Okay, right. But nobody says that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's a comment about 3 white starting people.
And like I said, one of them being Luke, a guy that was in the MVP conversation, who the team basically gave up.
Yeah. Wait, so forgive me if I'm wrong. Isn't it 4? Did the one guy just signed like a huge contract?
Yeah, Austin Reeves just signed the contract, and then they traded. Yeah. They traded. I believe it was either 1 or 2 first-round picks to Utah for some guy center named Kessler. I'm not familiar with him, just because there's only certain teams that I follow with the NBA, and Victor, as my wife calls him, Victor Winalama, but Victor Wembanyama. Big time fan, and so
hey Victor.
So
but the reason why I said Austin Reeves, I don't even know why I was saying something else. Good friend of LeBron James. LeBron James supports him. LeBron James thinks highly of this guy. He doesn't see color, so
he sees basketball skills.
Just saying.
I mean, that's why JJ Redick is their head coach. So what's going to happen when LeBron goes?
He's going with Steph Curry. He's going to win a ring, and then
it's either he's going there or he's going back home, or he's going somewhere. And
I think he should retire. There's nothing left for him to prove. I know everybody wants to go out on their own. You are the leader in points, games played, minutes, Supermax teams. You are truly one of the GOATs.
There's only one thing he's got to prove, and everybody's trying to say he's washed and and stuff. So maybe he wants to go win one more, showing that in his 24th season at 42 years old, he's still one of the best players in the entire league. It's still his league until he decides to hang him up.
Okay, just before we end this, so it's LeBron's league. Who takes over after him? While he thinks about that, fuck you, Boston Celtics, for trading Jaylen Brown. You motherfuckers. I don't get. And you get shitty ass Paul fucking George. Keep on thinking about this.
God.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't care. I'm going to go off. Can I go off? You got 2 first rounders and you got 2 seconds and shitty Paul George. This guy was the 2024 Finals MVP. You fucking dumbass.
And
fuck off.
Took you guys to the 2nd seed.
And he was 30.
With Jason Tatum's leg.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And you trade him. You trade him to a conference opponent.
Did you hear
you dumb motherfuckers?
Did you hear the funny take about that?
No.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, John Maxey was like,
no. The Philadelphia Eagles traded a disgruntled A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. So what did the Boston Celtics do? Trade a disgruntled Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers.
So I don't blame Jaylen Brown for being disgruntled, because he was like, wait a minute, why am I in trade talk? You're a 10-year vet. You were 4th or 3rd in the league in scoring. You still got
5th in the MVP race.
Fuck you, Boston. I'm still a fan, but fuck you.
And the answer to your question, even though they got beat, Victor Wembanyama. He is the unicorn of the NBA, of just like Shohei. He excels at scoring. He scores like a point guard, blocks like one of the greatest. He's like almost like 5th all time in blocked. Because people are saying, "Oh, well, this guy, fuck that." He is the future of the NBA unless something happens.
Over Jay Gillies
Yes.
and whoa,
He beat him.
Okay.
And are we keeping it 100? I mean, I know this isn't football, but I fully believe the Indiana Pacers would have won the NBA championship last year if Tyrese Halliburton hadn't tore his Achilles to the first quarter.
Last year, all wearing 0. My boy
Tatum.
I'm sorry. Can I say boy? I am so sorry. Jason Tatum. Even though he went to Duke, I'm cool with that. I'm a Syracuse fan. Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, and Tyrese.
I almost forgot about Lillard.
All in the playoffs, all wearing 0.
Yeah.
Further Achilles.
But yeah, I fully believe if he hadn't torn his Achilles, the way that he started that game 7, they would have won the championship.
He was the one who hit the game winner.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and bounced and then and then did the choking signal, and then the Knicks tied it.
There's only one person that.
Well, that's why he did it, because Reggie was in the
There's
house.
only one person that is allowed to do the choke signal. And I was thinking of the guy who choked PJ Carly.
Latrell
Sprewell. No, there's only one person, and I am a Knicks fan. I love the '90s Knicks. I thought this was awesome.
I was happy. Like I said, I'm a Wembanyama fan. I wanted him to win, but I was not mad that the Knicks won, and I was happy for him. And then the Brunson story was fantastic.
Oh God, yeah.
So, and as the wrestling fan, it'd be the whole Danhausen thing.
Brunson's going to be on SVU.
Yes.
Because Mariska Hargitay was on.
Yes.
But there's only one person that is allowed to do the choke sign in MSG or wherever. No, against the Knicks, and that's Reggie Miller, because he was doing it to Spike Lee, because that was their thing, and it was out of respect.
Probably wouldn't have happened if he wasn't in the building, but I mean, it might have. But
hold on, before we go, where were you when he scored 8 points in like 5 seconds? Where the fuck? I was watching the goddamn game.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
I mean, my memory is where exactly I was. I can't answer that question, but yeah. Reggie Miller was great.
Did you go out on the court sometime after that and try to reduplicate that?
No,
I don't know if that's a word, reduplicate.
I tried to mimic the Jordan, I flipped, and then Shaq came along.
You didn't know.
No, I tried it. Doesn't mean it works, because you figure, I was in the 400 range trying to make, trick shots. That's why I learned how to shoot 3-pointers.
So you're telling me that you tried to recreate the iconic Michael Jordan called by the legendary Marv Albert. Down with the right, up with the left.
No, not that one. Just like, how he would like flip it around, like he would go under the basket.
Because that's what I thought you meant. I'm thinking because I know you and I know how big you used to be, and you look incredible. I'm thinking I
appreciate that.
I'm just like
almost to my next goal of being under 300. And so that's what inspired this one. But losing is a good thing, because there's a scale on it, because losing weight is important to me. Used to be 524 pounds, and then had my gastric bypass. It's easy way, but we got off the topic. We're in overtime right now.
That's okay. Okay, don't worry about it.
So yeah, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, you took the easy way out," and losing weight was like trying to empty an Olympic-sized pool with a pinhole. Didn't work until blew a hole in the side of that son of a bitch. And then
You know what?
I weighed in yesterday at 307 pounds. My job, I could not make it to the front of a Walmart, to the back of a Walmart without an electric scooter in 2020. No, correction. I had my first surgery in 2019. That's how big I was. I had to have it twice because I was too big to have the full procedure. So I had to have the sleeve. I could not make it from the front of the store to the back of the store without getting winded and without being in pain. So I had to use an electric scooter. Now I work the department where I go and shop for you, whip around the whole store.
I'm not sure, and it's none of my business who told you took the easy way out. You did what you thought was best, and it worked out for you. And I'm happy that you're healthy.
Yeah, there's a person my wife
Oh,
used to associate with on the regular,
and
that would say that, oh, I lost weight the healthy way. I changed.
okay,
Fuck you.
fuck 'em. You know what? You're happy.
It worked for you. Power to you.
You're happy. You're healthy. You look good.
I'm alive today because I did that.
That's so stupid. Oh God, I could go on and that's so stupid. Whatever.
So, but thank you for a great show. You helped me get that off my chest, and I like it. So, can I please get called up to the AA or the AAA? Because you kicked me that. Maybe that's why I'm in AA.
Camera's that way.
I know.
See?
You don't even get me started about the camera being this way. How many times were you facing the wrong direction?
Because I drink a lot.
That's true.
I'm an alcoholic, but I'm a fun alcoholic.
Well,
see, you can't even tell that I'm drunk right now.
It's true. Oh, can I say one more last thing? Can I, please?
One more last thing.
Major props to the NFL, the UFL, the CFL, college football for telling Brandon Sorsby, no.
You could say that.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the the CFL said we value the integrity of the game. No, he thought about suing the NFL. It's like, dude, just go focus on next year's draft. You're good for that one.
Yep.
You're not playing football in 2026 in the 7. Bravo.
Where we go? Should we just real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I? So, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
going to go Vanna White and give it back to Pat Sajak, even though, yeah. I was going to say Ryan Seacrest, but that guy's boring to watch.
You gotta stop. You're not related to all the whites. I'm telling you. Oh, I can't wait for comments.
Oh my gosh, you're already canceled. I got to take you to HR.
I don't HR. No, ladies and gentlemen, a month ago,
yeah,
Will and I, we started a business. It's called WW.
W&W.
Yeah, I know, but W&W.
We're going to nickname it Double W.
And we teamed up with a very nice lady from Watkins Glen. Her name is Sherry. She actually had her own printing business,
which she still does,
which is Three Crazy
Bees Tees.
Comes fast. I'll give you $100.
3 Crazy Bees Tees.
So, ladies and gentlemen, right here is our logo. Will is going to put our description in here. So right there, tumblers. Let's show him some of this. You guys have already seen what he's been.
You saw this one, the one I've been drinking out of. And
you've been seeing Will every week drinking out of this one, but there's bigger ones. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. He made me a little cutting board.
Because he likes to make charcuteries. Best word in the English language. And then, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yes. She made my patriotic Bears Bro t-shirt. She's made hats that I'm wearing because we're trying to learn about patches. So hopefully that'll be on the roster.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, as he looks for his other prop, shirts, tank tops, hoodies, koozies. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Koozies, right? Oh, and believe it or not, she made. How many of you, by the show of hands, especially the ones in the back there, play cornhole?
Well, I play it guaranteed once a year at your annual tournament.
And okay, ladies and gentlemen, he even makes cornhole bags. Okay, if you got a design, that's him. He likes to work his magic. I think he's watched Magic Mike too much. Okay. Channing Tatum, sit down. Ladies and gentlemen, basically what we're saying is we have a business. Our prices are more than fair. If you want a tumbler, coffee cup,
turnover,
mouse pad, T-shirts, hats, everything, get a hold of us.
We had somebody request, and it looked to be a scam, but made this rose with the name engraved on the pedal. So you have an idea, I will make it happen.
I'm just going to quickly run it down. We have T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and it's too fucking hot for that shit.
Yeah.
Ball caps. We have knit hats, coffee cups, tumblers, 12 ounce and 22 ounce, skinny tumbler, 20 and 30 ounce.
For those who like barbecue, we got aprons.
Yeah. Tumbler with handle, a canvas bag that Will he loves canvas bags. On to the next page. We have a cutting board, cornhole bags, aprons, black, white. Oh, there's color again. Fitted ball caps until gone. After that, we're not going to order them no more because there's just too much of a pain.
Yeah.
And just that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We can. There's some things that we cannot do. We cannot actually take a legitimate license, like say NFL team, or we cannot do that. We can change it so we do not get sued because I would not do good in jail. I would become somebody's little bitch.
Yeah, we want to be here because we want to be here, not because we got sued.
But like, I just want to show you just one more time. So Will designed this, right? He just talked about his weight loss. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Right at the bottom, there's a scale, right? This is the type of stuff that can be created. Reach out to us. Put the link in, right?
We'll do.
You got it. Anything almost. I just want to brag a little bit. Our business teamed up with Sherry from 3 Crazy BTs, Reese's Pieces. And just in the last 3 days, I'm not going to tell you what our profit was, but I think we've sold over $600 in merchandise.
Yes.
I just want to brag a little bit. Just a couple guys and an individual that you happen to meet at your job. We've teamed up. We're working day and night. If you got a design, reach out to us. Facebook. Oh, I thought you were trying to do a sobriety test. And we might have to put just a simple twist on it just so we don't get copyright issues. Look us up, W&W Creations.
W&W Designs.
W&W
Creations, that's right.
Like I said, everybody loves koozies, right? I think this is going to be one of our, everybody loves tank tops, shirts. Look at this lady. Look. See that? You see the 3 Bs? Yeah, right there it is. Pow. Right? Can I do the Mark Lawrence from Blue Street? Right there it is. Pow. Right when he shows it now. Oh. Put it in there.
All right.
Put the link in.
So again, I am Big Will.
I am JDubbs.
And we are the Bears Broz Podcast. Peace.
Not doing gang signs. Can't say John Morant. Can't say nothing like that.
Well, you can say John Morant.
I can't do the normal because he's traded.
Well, that's okay.
I can't.
That's why he got traded.